Well, it's a cold one this morning. It's below freezing, and we slept in like a casa rural, which is sort of like an Airbnb. That's without the breakfast. And now we're headed up over the pass, which is one of the hardest climbs and descents on the whole Camino. So we are getting out some of it early in the morning, and then we will see a very significant spot called the Iron Cross, where a lot of people leave things at the foot of the cross.
I might need to walk backwards so I can warm my belly up.
Okay, go ahead.
So if you've already considered the types of options that you have for lodgings, you have to consider how much money you have that you want to spend. And each one is going to cost a different amount. It's a lot easier if you have more money. You can spend the night in nicer places, which means you have to pack less because you don't need sleeping sheets or sleeping bags or those things, which means your knees are probably going to feel better because you don't have to carry so much weight. Or you can eat out more and you don't have to carry your own food. So it's all this balance of whether you want comfort or whether you want to move faster, if you want to move slower, if you want to see more culture, if you want to just do the backpacker thing. And you have to determine how much money you're going to spend. And you just factor in, this is how much I have to work with. But the less money you spend, the more weight you'll have to carry typically to be comfortable. So that's one thing. And a second part of that is finding out why you want to do the Camino. Is it so you can do a backpacking thing? If that's the case, you're probably going to buy picnic lunches and eat with other trekkers. If you want to do the culture thing, you're going to want to eat out more. You want to see more, which is going to cost more. But you don't have to pack as much. So you might just want to do a personal challenge. So you are going to do a distance. You're going to be concerned about seeing how much you can push your body. Or you might just want an experience where you have time to think and not have to do all the stuff you normally do in everyday life. So if you consider those, each of these questions will help you to come up with, okay, this is the path I want to go. For us with kids, this isn't a Camino so much for ourselves. I mean, it is, but it's more of a family. So it's not about an individual, but as a group. So how can we get our kids through this? What do we sacrifice so they can enjoy it, so they'll want to do it again? We have to keep track of their water intake, their food intake, their shoes, make sure we pick up all their stuff so we think less about ourselves and maybe considering our own problems and more about them. Whereas an individual backpacker, it will look different. So if you're planning on going with a family, take that into account. What is it that I want to accomplish for myself or for my family? And that will help you determine what is the best way to go about planning this. You get to see quite the views if you're doing this route as you leave Astorga and you enter into El Bierzo, which is one of our favorite places in all of Spain. So crossing up over the pass is pretty neat. There's a lot of elevation gain from Astorga to the Crucero, but it makes for some amazing sights, especially when the fields are blooming and you see the mountains, slate roofs on the stone villages. The Crucero, or the Iron Cross, is really important on the Camino. And you'll see lots of people come and leave things here at the foot of the cross. And they enter into El Bierzo, and that's just one more step towards Santiago. So it's very special here as you enter into the valley. And then you're over 2/3 of the way done with the Camino if you started in France. Some people lay things down at the cross, others just lay down. You're gonna grab help?
Oh, please don't! Please don't!
Car. This trail is beating us up. Google Translate did not quite fulfill.
Way down there on the curve, Seth's pushing Grant. Ponferrada right now. Can't really see it in the video very well, but